Here's the world's most active volcanic region. Nope, not here. This is not even close. Here it is again. Just to be sure you know how to read maps, that's Japan. That entire island arc is one giant volcano. Not just one giant volcano, but the largest volcano in the world. It's so massive that it's impossible for me to fit it all into one frame. So here's a cutaway so you can see what I mean. It's called the Aizu-Ogasawara arc. And if you look closely, you can see that it has a bunch of smaller volcanoes within it. You may have heard of some of these places because they are famous tourist destinations. Like, here's the island of Miyakijima. It is home to a very famous volcano. People go there to climb it. They call it the most beautiful volcano in Japan. And right over there is another famous volcano, Mount Fuji. But these are baby volcanoes compared to the rest of the arc. Here is the city of Tokyo. As you can see, it is built right on top of a volcano. In fact, it's built on the southern flank of this massive volcano called Minoka. Just like Mount Vesuvius overlooks the Bay of Naples in Italy, Mount Minoka overlooks Tokyo Bay. But Mount Minoka is 1,300 meters high, 4,200 feet high. If you wanted to get a good view of Tokyo from its peak, you would need binoculars. Tokyo sits about 50 kilometers from the volcano, 30 miles away. But even that distance does little to ease the pain the volcano has inflicted upon the city throughout history. The first historical eruption was in 1703. It was an early morning in late summer when people in Tokyo heard a loud roar. They looked up and saw ash billowing into the sky above Mount Minoka. People had never seen anything like it before. They said it looked like a white dragon ascending to heaven. The eruption threw ash and debris all the way to the coast, burying farmlands under a thick layer of ash. In the years since then, Tokyo has grown exponentially, much like many other cities around the world. But unlike many other cities, Tokyo's growth has been on unstable ground. That's why scientists are constantly monitoring the volcano to see if it shows any signs of waking up again. In 2021, it started showing some signs. Scientists noticed that the ground beneath Tokyo was rumbling. It wasn't the kind of rumbling that preceded an eruption in the past. It was different. The rumblings were coming from deep inside the earth, thousands of meters below where previous eruptions had occurred. This suggested magma was rising from deep within the Earth's mantle. Now, you might be thinking, well, if scientists knew this was happening, they would have evacuated the city. And you'd be right. But at the time, there were other more pressing issues on everyone's minds, like, for instance, a global pandemic. So scientists did what they do. They kept watching and waiting. And so far, nothing has happened. But they say it could erupt with little to no warning. So let's talk about what will happen if it does. When Mount Minoka erupts, Tokyo is going to get buried in ash. But don't worry too much about the people living in Tokyo. See, in the event of an eruption, they have a plan. The government has designated safe areas outside of the city where people can evacuate to. Plus, every household has an emergency kit that includes things like food, water, medicine, and even a gas mask. But that won't help much against the economic fallout that will surely follow. You see, after the eruption, the entire city will have to be cleaned up. The damage to the infrastructure, the loss of business, the loss of life will probably cause Japan's economy to collapse. It will be worse than the Great East Japan earthquake and tsunami of 2011, which caused an economic downturn that still hasn't recovered from. Some economists say it will take Japan years to recover from the eruption, and others say it might never recover at all. But here's the kicker. Even though Mount Minoka towers over the city of Tokyo, most of the damage won't occur in Tokyo. Instead, it will occur in this city right next door called Kawasaki. You see, Mount Minoka's magma plume will spread out over the entire Tokyo Bay, blanketing cities in ash. But because Mount Minoka is taller than Kawasaki, the city will bear the brunt of the initial blast. Pyroclastic flows will race down its slopes, incinerating everything in their path. Entire neighborhoods will be wiped off the map. So yeah, it sucks to be in Tokyo whenever Mount Mino erupts. It really, really sucks. If you want to learn about other cities that are built on volcanoes, watch this video about Pompeii.